Hello everyone, Fred here. Thanks for stopping by today. It's a Saturday. Decent day today in Ohio. Oh, it's probably mid-50s at the moment. It's supposed to get 60 maybe. Outside, gonna do some yard work. I've got a little chipmunk out here. I'm gonna turn the camera right in the dead center, right off the side of my truck. That chipmunk lives over here by the side of the garage. I need to catch him. He's been getting in our garage when I have the garage door open. Alright, so yeah, I need to work in the backyard today. And what I need is my spike. I've got this big spike. What I need to do, let's go back. Actually, there's a couple projects. Oh, let's get under here. So the project today is working on this old, I guess it's just some wood framing. It's all treated wood, but it's been popping up. So let's start getting this out. Then I think I'm just going to put mulch over it. What's happening is water's getting underneath it, running towards the house and getting into the basement. It goes underneath this concrete, and it's getting underneath there because of chipmunk holes. There's a chipmunk hole right here. Right there is a chipmunk hole. Can't see it, but there's an old hole right there. So they've been burrowing under here, and now that wood's just coming up. So that's the project for today, and then I'm going to burn it up. You're really not supposed to burn treated wood, but we can't even throw it away here. And to haul it away, it's an insane amount just to take it to the dump. So I'm just going to cut up in small 3-foot sections and just toss it in the fire pit, which is right there. I mean, this stuff is probably 30 years old, I'm guessing. So that's what we're going to do today. Let's see how we can do it. Let's get started here and see how it goes. So pretty quickly, using the spike, I was able to pry up that old wood. I did find the prior owners had a patio light system in here. It was buried. Never worked for me. Lights weren't even there when we bought the house 15 years ago. So they had this wood spiked down in the ground, but it's pretty wet. So I've got my Sawzall. I'm probably just going to haul this to the backwood pile. That way you can dry. Nobody's going to touch it with those spikes. A couple weeks from now, I'll cut it up when it's dry and we'll just burn it up. But this is going to be pretty easy to backfill. I got a lot of weeds, but the gravel is doing a pretty good job of filling in the hole. I can get out these dandelions, get that moss off of there, and we'll clean up that rock. Ultimately, I want to put mulch down, roofing nail on that, Look at that pretty piece of quartz. Red. Weed. But this is going to go along pretty quick. What you can see here is, look at that hole there. That is a chipmunk hole that goes on a long way. And that's the problem. Those chipmunks got in there, and you can tell the water was in. Water's running under there. Look at this. Another old hole. See, that's been my problem. Those chipmunks have been burrowing and causing the water issue. So let's go along good. I'm just going to continue on, and we'll just stack this wood in the backwood pile there where it dries. Alright, next step. Alright, back again. Moving along pretty well. You can see my pile out there to the end of the first, well, the one end there. Going along pretty easily. Worst part about this was this piece that goes right here was all one piece. So I don't know if that was like a 12-footer. Well, that was all one piece. Luckily, when I tried to pick it up from this end to get some leverage, it broke midpoint. So it made it nice and easy. So now it's just these last two pieces down here and haul them up to the pile. And I'm going to take my rake, maybe clean out some of those weeds first and the moss, and then just break the gravel back. I brought some tin snips to cut out that wire, and should have a pretty nice project. Down the road, I'd like to just get some mulch it in. Alright, moving along. Hello everybody, thanks for stopping back. Just a little wrap-up video. The project, I think, is going to be a two-phase. All the wood's out, as you can see. Put it out at the end of the lot there. Everything's been pulled. So pulled all the wood out, put it out there at the end of the lot to dry. Maybe we'll end up burning it at the end of the year when it's dried. It's going to take a couple months. That wood was pretty wet. But I think this is going to be another phase. These red bricks are leaning in towards the concrete, towards the house. I suspect water is getting underneath them because of the chipmunk holes. So I think the next phase is actually going to be pulling up the red bricks and putting down some sand to level them out. You can really see it right here. The first brick drops about a ½ inch. So there's definitely some weathering under that. So I suspect it's going to be another phase. Not a big deal. At least I have that old wood out of there, which was a big issue. I think what I could do, and I've been tossing around this idea, is just mulching over top of the gravel and the brick, kind of leveling it out towards the lawn, so when the water would hit it, it would actually go towards the lawn, keeping it away from the house. That would alleviate pulling up those bricks and leveling the bricks. Maybe even putting down some plastic So if I put plastic down, mulch over the plastic, that might keep the water from getting underneath the brick, creating a little barrier. So that might be phase 2. I got to think about it. But at least the old wood is out. If anyone has any suggestions, leave me a comment. I'm definitely open for suggestions. On that note, hope everyone's doing well. And until next time, stay tuned. Appreciate you watching. Everybody stay safe. Thanks for watching.